On April 2, 2026, the public's attention was fixed on Assam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the Bihu festival, maintaining a highly festive schedule. The political opposition quickly reacted to the broadcast, generating memes and dismissing the Prime Minister's appearance as an out-of-touch distraction. But while the domestic news cycle focused entirely on those viral jokes, a coordinated financial assault was quietly escalating in the offshore markets. A noisy public event offers excellent psychological cover. When an entire nation is watching a political broadcast, almost no one is watching the institutional monitors. The entities launching this assault were a network of global short sellers, the same Soros-aligned collective that previously coordinated aggressive campaigns against the Adani conglomerate. This chart maps their precise mathematical target. They aggressively poured capital into trades designed to force the value of the Indian rupee past a severe threshold, 95 to the US dollar. They timed this push specifically because they assumed the Indian government's administrative apparatus was offline, completely absorbed by the ongoing celebrations. If they had succeeded in breaching that 95 rupee mark, the immediate consequence would have been a massive spike in import costs, paralyzing the domestic economy with rapid hyperinflation. This conceptual map illustrates the specific offshore arena they used, the NDF, or non-deliverable forward market. It's a parallel trading hub where speculators can bet heavily on a currency's collapse without ever actually owning physical cash. As we see these downward vectors multiply, they represent the mechanics of short selling. The speculators borrow assets they don't own, sell them, and wait for the price to drop. The further the rupee falls, the larger their profit margins grow. Emerging economies often use strict internal currency controls to prevent sudden capital flight. The NDF market exists entirely outside those domestic regulations, rendering internal firewalls useless against an external speculative attack. It allows foreign capital to wage an aggressive economic campaign, extracting billions from a nation's economy while remaining completely outside its physical borders. The primary defense against this type of remote assault sits with the Reserve Bank of India. Without public warning, the RBI issued an absolute, immediate ultimatum banning all short-selling activities within the NDF market. This diagram models the immediate mechanical effect of that regulatory strike. The solid barrier represents the ban, which instantly locked the offshore speculators into their positions, removing any legal mechanism for them to exit or cover their massive bets. The speculators had banked on a delayed bureaucratic response. Instead, the RBI waited for them to fully expose their capital and then sealed the exits. The short sellers were liquidated almost instantly. The inability to cover their positions resulted in immediate bankruptcy for those trapped in the trade. Looking at this data visualization, the steep vertical spike shows the rupee's historic reaction. Freed from the artificial downward pressure, the currency logged its single biggest recovery in 12 years. That upward momentum immediately cascaded into domestic equities. The Bombay Stock Exchange registered a massive V-shaped bounce, driven largely by heavyweights like the HDFC Corporation and Reliance Industries. The sheer speed of that market rally proved it wasn't a slow, natural correction. It was the mathematical aftermath of a perfectly executed institutional defense. While offshore speculators were facing total financial ruin, the domestic political celebrations in Assam continued completely uninterrupted. Protecting a moderate economy relies heavily on silent institutional infrastructure capable of defending against complex digital and financial incursions. A public display of distraction at the top often means the state's financial defenders are already operating at full capacity in the shadows, executing decisive countermeasures.
Hi everyone! Follow me on social media for more fun content. Don't forget to like and subscribe!